Okay, thank you, folks. I'm not much of a public speaker, please bear with me. I'd just like to say, first of all, my first Pfizer, whenever I got it, it didn't really do anything. Sore arm, no problems with it, but my second one was a slightly different story. So, where are we? I got my second vaccination on the 22nd of August 21. At the time, I just asked if I'd be able to go to the gym and carry on as normal, and they said yes, 100%. But during the week after that, I experienced sudden pain and palpitations in my chest. These were quite fleeting and did not cause me any worry at the time, as I was told some side effects could present themselves, but they would pass quickly in a few days. On Monday the 30th, I'd been at work and went to the gym afterwards, came home, and I was sitting watching TV with my partner, and I started to feel really unwell. I felt lightheaded, and I had a pain in my neck that went up across my head and numbness in my face. I immediately went upstairs and vomited and lay down on the bed. My partner came up and said I had heart palpitations, shortness of breath, chest pain, but on a far larger scale than I had previously experienced. I was quite panicked, but I put it down to some muscle strain from the gym, and I went to sleep. When I woke up, I felt absolutely awful. I had still some movement in my arm, although it was slightly numb. I attended hospital a couple of days later. I still didn't feel okay, and they ran a battery of tests on me, including a brain CT scan and the neck as well, both with and without dye in my blood. They said they were normal and no sign of a clot. So it could be a migraine. I've never experienced a migraine before in my life. Suspected I may have had a mini stroke, but nothing showed on the scan, so I just followed up with my GP. It should be noted at this point that I struggled through the work and didn't phone in sick. So a while later, on Friday, the 3rd of September 21, I got a GP appointment and told them what had happened, and they just said, look, anything else happens, go and report to A&E again. So I continued to attend work, and then on the 7th of September 21, I'd felt terrible all day with the pressure building in my head, lightheadedness, and along with chest cramping. I finished my shift and went home and just about got in through the front door and passed out. When I awoke, my resting heart rate was near 200 beats a minute, and I phoned for an ambulance. My chest was in agony, my breathing was laboured, and I could barely speak a word without having to pause. The people on the other end of the phone said they thought I'd had a heart attack. I had to open up the front door, turn on all the lights inside the house, lock away pets, and crunch 300 milligrams of aspirin between my teeth and lie on the floor. So I went to the RVH in the ambulance and spent the night there, and got out there the following afternoon after having a load of tests done. They said that whatever had happened hadn't caused any lasting damage to my heart. They could detect no dead heart cells in my blood. My troponin wasn't raised, but something had definitely happened, and if anything, I had to go back to my GP or go back to A&E again. So that was just the start of it. On Wednesday, the 22nd of September, I was back in A&E again in the middle of the night with severe chest pain, shortness of breath, and heart palpitations. I was kept overnight again and had the same test repeated as last time, and went home none the wiser the next day. At this point, I was fed up with being fobbed off by the staff in my GP's front desk and phoned on Thursday to complain, as I've been trying daily to get an appointment. But as we all know, it was impossible during those days. I was phoned back that day by a doctor who did give me an appointment. So I filled him in on what had happened, and again, he just said if anything else continues to happen, go back to A&E, which I did do. I was in A&E, I believe, 6 times over a 3-month period. With similar symptoms. They still persist to this day. I would get quite dizzy and confused. I would get chest pain, lightheadedness. I'll sometimes forget what I'm saying in the middle of a sentence. If I'm on my feet for too long, my hands and feet will swell up. It's been absolutely horrible, and I can feel it starting to come on. Sometimes my heart, if I'm up doing something, walking about in work, say, and my heart rate's maybe 110 beats a minute because I'm doing something, it'll just suddenly drop to 40, and then I have to get on the floor because I'm going to collapse. I would also get lightheadedness, blurry vision, extreme fatigue. That's what I'm experiencing sort of now. It's not on a daily basis anymore. I have improved slightly over the intervening years, but it's horrible to go through, and people aren't listening. I had my last appointment with my cardiologist was last August, and I was supposed to have another one there August past, and I'm yet to hear from them. I was having issues getting seen by different clinics to rule other things out. Those have been ruled out, and phone calls to the secretary of the cardiologist have done absolutely nothing. I just can't get an appointment. I've actually got another medical professional to write to the cardiologist in the RVH saying, could this man please be seen because he's in distress. It's been a hard road. It never should have happened to me or anyone else. And believe me when I say that I'm one of the lucky ones, because I'm here on my own 2 feet and I'm alive. And some people affected by this are not. Sadly, as we all know, we were hammered with the phrases safe and effective and all the stuff in the news. That's what I get. If I try and tell anyone about what happened to me, I get that quoted back at me because it's just been programmed into people's heads. It's all I can say. They're just automatons just repeating the phrase back at me again. What I got, I'm aware that it is a minority. It's not quite the minority that leads you to believe, but this has happened to a lot of people and it should never have happened to anyone. It absolutely, it's abhorrent, to be entirely honest, that the medical professionals that pushed us towards this, even the people in this very building, put out the messaging that it was safe and effective, and that is not my experience, and I've been left damaged because of it. It's sadly, pardon me, I was put on limited duties by the OHS, and I have a government job. The OHS, I have to be re-reviewed, but in the meantime, my job are trying to force me back onto full duties, even though I'm not fit to do it. So I've been, I was led up the garden path by the medical professionals. It's hard to get speaking to anybody about it now. No one seems to take it seriously. I think that's all I have to say, to be honest. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Paul. That was excellent to hear from you directly.